Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I am bringing you guys this game, the first game in the JDL that I'm casting for today. It's going to be Echo Fox versus Unknown, because why not? More Dota, more excitement, more hype. Get hype. Dota, let's do this. Whoop. Alright, whooping all over the place. Let's go ahead and get ready to this game. Unknown, they do have the win rate advantage as far as I know. They played a ton of games, and I'm pretty sure the vote advantage will be going their way. Echo Fox, they only had about 6 games played so far, just in case you guys want to know stats about the teams, and it's pretty much in like that. 89% of the people who voted, all 56 of you, think that Unknown are going to win the game, and Echo Fox has about 8.93% that people think that they're going to win both games. But of course, it's an even split. Only about 1.79% of you think it's going to be even split. So we'll see how this game pans out. As far as some of the bans that we see coming out already, we got Unknown banning out that annoying Faces Void off lane, and Echo Fox going to go ahead and get rid of that ever so cumbersome Earth Spirit. Wow, sorry, I forgot his name. I was about to call him Ember Spirit. That's not red, that is green. Man, colors are hard. So the game's already getting started to a good start. Having Faces Void banned out and having Ember Spirit or Earth Spirit banned out actually makes it a little bit interesting. I mean, as far as things that are open, I mean, the world's wide open, but at the very least, nobody's gonna have an easy support, nobody's gonna have an easy sustain lane. So we'll see how these teams decide to actually go for it. Moving over to the other things that we see, we got an OD getting banned out, which makes a little bit of sense. I wasn't expecting him to make it into the game, but I would have been happy if he did. And on the other side, we see ourselves a team thinking about who to ban. Who should we ban? Who should we go for? They're gonna go ahead and ban a Lone Druid, so Lone Druid will not be in this game. And you know, for all is said and done, as awesome as Lone Druid is nowadays with this whole bear roar and stuff happening and killing towers, I'm a little bit skeptical now, because I've been calling the horn of Lone Druid having a great victory, but I don't really know if he's actually ban worthy, because I think a lot of teams are really like set up to deal with them. Shadow Shaman works perfectly versus Lone Druid, just a lot of CC, a lot of stuns, and Shadow Shaman is not that bad of a support to play in these games. Just as a comparison, I like Shadow Shaman over Lion, but that's just my own personal preferences. But Lone Druid getting banned out by Echo Fox, they're going to go ahead and just stay safe, go with the meta ban, trying to make sure that he doesn't get into the game. No problems, no shenanigans, having a good day about that.
10 seconds remaining.
Moving to the side of Unknown, they do pick out that Vengeful Spirit first for the support or the core. Very high chance it's going to be a support, because nobody wants to say no core Vengeful Spirit, no more at least. And Oracle gets picked up by the side of Echo Fox, so that's basically a soft ban versus a Darkseer. So they're not going to see, or we're probably not going to see a Darkseer unless Unknown are really confident in their Darkseer play. We're probably not going to see a Darkseer get jumped into this game, but Oracle, really nice support, really nice KSing support. The kill security is very important to have that investment. Have that investment pay off overall. But with his Purifying Flames, he should be able to pick up a few last hits, and we might be able to see him, get a little bit aggressive. Maybe he'll be able to get a few setup kills on top of somebody that Unknown has. But just in general, the Oracle does do relatively well versus heroes who do need to blink. He does do relatively badly versus them too, to a certain extent. But people like Anti-Mage do struggle versus them. Pretty much anybody who wants to run away, kind of hit and move, they'll have a little bit of trouble. And I think Ursa might be a little bit of a problem. And speaking of Darkseer not getting picked by Unknown, Echo Fox going to go ahead and pick that up right away. Don't think it was a necessary pick for them at all, at least in this stage of the game. But they're going to be able to consider or sustain themselves or secure themselves a nice little combo. So the Darkseer can drop the vacuum. Oracle can follow up with his nice little false promise? Not false promise. Fortune's End. Yeah. Can use that Fortune's End to follow up with a nice AoE nuke, and they'll have a little bit of a good time. Just having a great old time, just killing people all left and right. But I really do hope that Echo Fox don't try to invest in the Wombo combo too much. It's going to be a nice, cute little play. We might see it happen once or twice during this whole entire game. But they do open themselves up to a Gyrocopter getting picked up, and he does in fact get picked up. Gyrocopter pretty much banned or picked every single game that I've seen so far. So definitely this meta's brand new primary carry. And he's going to be picked up on the Unknown side, which is actually a little bit scary. They already got the Vengeance Aura. I don't know if they're going to invest in a Drow Ranger, so to speak, but that would be kind of cool to see. And it looks like they want to try to rest on the laurels and stay back a little bit, just have the game tempo be controlled by them as much as possible. Batrider does get banned out, so that way they can secure the tempo a little bit. Darkseer, he will be very annoying for them to deal with, but yeah, he doesn't control tempo as hard in the early game as as hard in the mid game as someone like Batrider does. But these late game fights are going to be a little bit of a problem, because Darkseer, Oracle, I mean, I'm just thinking more about that combination. It's just going to be pretty gross. just one vacuum into one Forge's End pretty much is going to end the life of maybe the Vengeful Spirit plus the other support. So we'll see. We'll see how Unknown respond. As far as what they need left, or as far as what they have left to pick, they do need another support, a mid, and an off laner. The options are wide open right now. Only the Faceless Void and the Lone Druid are banned out for off laners. I guess technically the Bat Rider too, but he can play mid. I like him. I like the idea of playing a Bat Rider mid. So we'll see what these teams decide to go for. And while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and play over here and give myself some extra data because that's what you guys want. More data, more information. We gotta have words. Words are good. So, according to our statistics over here, I just want to see who does relatively well versus someone like a Gyrocopter. In my honest opinion, I don't expect to see a lot of specific picks versus Gyrocopter. We're probably gonna see a lot more team fight type strategies. Gyrocopter, he kind of wants to sit in the back and do the damage. If his team can have a nice little death ball, so to speak, to where he can just kind of be in the middle of it and just wreck in everybody's face, he should do relatively well. But of course, if Echo Fox can pick people who can get into the back of that and just, you know, kind of make Gyrocopter feel a little bit uncomfortable, I think that'll work out. I was kind of thinking initially something like a Spirit Breaker would be cool to see on the side of Echo Fox's lineup, but the more I think about it, the worse it sounds like an idea. Warlock would be a nice pick too, just to go for the extra team fight. But I digress. We did get a ban on top of Tusk, so no extra aggression coming for Unknown, and Wish Doctor gets banned out on the side of Unknown, so that way Echo Fox will not have that Wish Doctor ulti coming in with the extra Wombo combo. Do not forget that Magnus is still in the pool, somebody who's basically not picked anymore nowadays, but I think Magnus works really well, and if you have a Darkseer plus Magnus, you might be able to have some nice fun games. I've also seen a few games where Darkseer plus Finn have been put on the same lineup. I like that combination a lot because one, Sven got picked, and two, Darkseer can help Sven make the most out of his stun just by getting a casual vacuum first. Sven can follow up with the stun, and then Oracle can follow up easily with his own abilities. So we might see some extra stuff come out from that one. Don't really know just yet though. We're gonna let teams go ahead and ban out their Death Prophet, which she actually made it pretty far, considering the fact that she's been banned a lot. And Disruptor gets picked up for Echo Fox, so they are going to go ahead and invest in more team synergy with the abilities. Team synergy will definitely be there. Darkseer dropping the vacuum, Oracle dropping his little Fortune's End, and Disruptor dropping all of his spells, getting as much AoE as possible. We'll see how Unknown decide to pick their next few people into this one. I'm thinking something like a Silencer would be nice for Unknown's lineup. Like having Silencer as a mid, having him as a core farmer mid, he might work out overall for the team. There's a lot of big ultis coming from Echo Fox, and if you can just basically cancel all those ultis or cancel all those abilities, cancel all those spells for 5 seconds, 4 seconds, then I think Gyrocopter should have enough time to do enough damage to kill everybody. But instead they go for the Chin, so some early game aggression might or will be coming out from them. Disruptor and Oracle, not the most aggressive of supports, not the most killing of support duos, let me put it that way. Unless you're going against someone like a Darkseer, which you can glimpse him back, but they're on the same squad. So, Oracle Disruptor, I do not expect to see a lot of rotations. I do expect to see Disruptor die a few times though. Chin will be roaming around with his nice little army, his posse, so to speak, getting the kills, helping them push the towers, getting the extra auras, and probably getting a few towers early into the game. More space creation for Gyrocopter overall. Alright, and they pick up a Slark on the side of Unknown, on the side of Echo Fox, so they're going to go ahead and just try to leverage the fact that Gyrocopter will be sitting in the back farming. Slark has a carry. I don't think he can go as late as someone like a Gyrocopter, and actually I think Gyrocopter might have a little bit of trouble. But at the very least, Gyrocopter does have the few options of waiting until Slark drops his ult, and then drop Gyrocopter's own ult to slow down Slark and run away and just kite him to death. Shadow Fiend gets picked up on the side of Unknown as well, so they're going to have a relatively strong mid who can actually who can actually kill somebody like Slark in just maybe 2 or 3 right clicks. So they're going to have to look for that a little later. And all that's done, I've seen a few combinations where Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend have been on the same team. And in my opinion, those lineups have went one way or the other, of course, but there's one situation where Shadow Fiend got a ton of farm, did really well, but Gyrocopter ended up not having enough farm and his team lost. So Gyrocopter definitely has to make sure he focuses down and buckles down and gets that farm, because Slark is going to try to snowball as hard as he can. And with the supporting cast that he has right now, Slark is going to have a lot of extra impact, so to speak. Extra impact because you do have the Darkseer with the extra vacuum, you have Disruptor with his spells. Slark should be guaranteed at least 2 or 3 kills in the earlier stages of the game. I mean, Darkseer plus Slark, they should be able to get themselves, or sorry, Disruptor plus Slark, they should be able to get themselves a few kills.
10 seconds remaining.
Whoops, too many buttons. So we got our last bans, Templar Assassin and Slaughter do get banned respectively. Not having that Templar Assassin to go against the Shadow Fiend makes a lot of sense. Shadow Fiend's a relatively flimsy hero, but Invoker's still in the pool. I just want to go ahead and point that out before it gets picked up. Echo Fox do still need a mid. Invoker, a nice easy ticket to win. I don't know if they're going to invest in that. Nope. Okay, instead they go for the Zeus. And Unknown, we'll see what they pick up for the last pick. They need themselves an off-laner by the looks of it, because Chin is going to be in the jungle, and they pick up a Necrophos. Okay. Interesting. So this tells me a little bit about their lineup. I don't know if they're going to be running a support Necro, and if so, I'm not sure if I agree with that a lot. I like Necrophos with some farm, but then again, his only other option right now is to go into the off lane, or unless he can farm the safe lane by himself, and then they'll have aggressive trial with the Vengeful Spirit, Gyrocopt, or Chin, with Chin farming the enemy jungle. But I'm really skeptical with that, because you do have a Slark who's really slippery. We do expect him to start roaming around the map and getting kills on people like Chin and Vengeful Spirit respectively. So we'll see how Unknown decide to play this out. I mean, Necrophos really not a very common pick nowadays in the meta, but he will help his team out a ton. I mean, being able to have that negative aura versus Slark is really helpful. Being able to have the extra burst AoE damage because of Slark's stupid, annoying invisibility is going to be really useful for his team. And of course, Reaper Scythe. Who doesn't like Reaper Scythe? Just get Aghanim Scepter first, please. Reaper Scythe should be able to help them turn a few fights and maybe even claim themselves a few towers because of it. So the game's going to go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and do introductions on the teams. Starting off on the side of EFX, which is Echo Fox. Starting off on this, oh wait, I do remember casting these guys. Starting off on this Oracle, this amazing Oracle. Look at him, just telling the future. So wise, much wow. We see Meth. Oh wow, this is Meth. We see Meth playing the Oracle. Moving on to the Zeus, we see Sypho playing that Zeus. Slaughter, or Slark. Apologies. Slark is being controlled by Kemiskaze. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. Sorry, guys. Words are hard. Phonetics, never something I learned. Too many letters. Too many letters for all that. But we got him playing Slark. On the Disruptor, we got Shin playing the Disruptor, and Darkseid is being played by Auto Attacks. And on the other side of the team, on the other side of the river, Unknown, we have Inside playing that Chin for his team. And actually we see some stuff happening. Hold on. They're all up in this jungle right now. Chin is going to claim this for his own. Observer are going to get placed down here very soon. Well, we see Inside playing that Chin. Necrophos is being controlled by the one and only Little Springs, and he will be playing the safe lane by himself as called. Vengeful Spirit, she's going to be hanging out, being controlled by the one and only I shall call you SD. Playing that Vengeful Spirit. And Gyrocopt is being controlled by the one and only Jeremy FTW, because he's all about that win. And Shadow Fiend's being controlled by Dot. Just a dot. Just a lone dot. Nothing to say outside of that. So aggressive tri-lane action will be happening. Inside on that Chin will be walking around the corner. It does get scouted out by the Observer coming out for the Radiant. I don't know if the Radiant are going to do anything about it, but they should know this is going to be a relatively straightforward lane for them. Make sure that Slark can get a few pickoffs on top of Chin. Chin will be roaming into the jungle a few times to try to get the kill. But overall, they should know what they're facing. Chin, a lot of extra early aggression because of those creeps. It does cause a ton of issues. And actually, they blocked their own camp with this Observer, so really nice play from them. No creeps spawning out just yet for Chin and crew, and Chin's going to be forced back, just a lot of right clicks to the backside. Moving to the lanes, we got tri-lane on tri-lane action. We're probably going to see a kill happen down here first, but moving on to mid really quickly. Zeus versus Shadow Fiend. Not much to say outside of Zeus should be able to nuke down Shadow Fiend a few times. And up top, we got Darkseid versus Necrophos. Going to be a very annoying lane going both ways. I mean, negative HP regen plus iron shells. I mean, this is gonna be all kinds of annoying, like hella annoying. Talking that real. Anyway, moving back to the lane. So this tri-lane down bottom, I'm gonna keep a close eye on this. The goal of the tri-lane for Unknown is to basically get as many kills as possible on top of Slark. Make sure that you can make sure that he doesn't snowball, because if Slark starts snowballing, I think this game is gonna be in a lot of trouble. The team's gonna be in a lot of trouble on the Unknown side. They do need to create as much space as possible for Gyrocopt to farm, but Gyrocopt early on, with the extra stun from Vengeful Spirit plus the negative armor, should be able to get a few kills because of his OP rocket barrage. And Chin just kind of wants to go in the jungle and farm, but these guys have blocked up all the camps, so he really has nothing to do outside of just kind of sit there and just absorb some XP. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend mid taking quite a bit of damage versus the Zeus, a few right clicks plus a lightning bolt or two. And Shadow Fiend getting a little bit close. Region Room getting picked up by the Chin. Looks like it was a challenge. Oh, Disruptor picks it up instead. Man, these mountains still. Meanwhile, first blood happened in mid. Zeus does go down. The right clicks are just basically there. I was gonna say the Shadow Fiend's about to be dead here in a few seconds, but it looks like I missed it a little bit. Yeah, just the right clicks plus maybe a raise or two. Looks like Shadow Fiend was able to secure himself the kill on top of that Zeus. A very unfortunate situation. Very unfortunate situation happened in mid. You know, Slark, speaking of unfortunate situations, he is currently sitting at 9 last hits versus Gyrocops' 11 last hits, so the supports on the side of Unknown doing a really good job of zoning him out. Speaking of zoning him out, they're going to go ahead and challenge the pull right now. Vengeance Spirit gets some right clicks on top of Meth. Meth can be forced all the way back on that freaking Oracle. And Oracle has yet to skill a point. Like, he doesn't know what to go. Doesn't know if he wants to go for kill, doesn't know if he wants to die. He's kind of up in the air right now. Meanwhile, this mid lane matchup, Sif on that Zeus, he did die. He did lose the first blood 2 dots. So period or dots, whatever you want to call him. He's going to continue to dominate his lane a little bit. Sitting nice on those last hits. 13 last hits going his way versus his opponent's Zeus's 11 last hits. So considerable amount of farm going the extra way of that Shadow Fiend. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got some damage coming towards Gyrocops. Gyrocops, I don't know if they scouted it out, but it looks like Gyrocops all by his lonesome. Has no mana for TP scrolls. Gonna pump himself the magic one, but still not enough mana. Actually, no, he has enough mana for the TP. He is gonna be able to TP out here in a second. Nobody has a stun left. He will be able to make out this one. Slark and crew do not have enough damage. Dark Pack coming through, but not gonna be fast enough. Slark and crew getting gypped of a kill. All the stuns, all the CC getting used, and Jeremy FTW. Very good patience on that, because I would have TP'd as soon as I started coming in. Oh boy, I would have TP'd so hard, and I would have been dead. So dead. So, looks like Vengeful Spirit is going to be rotating back in. Just trying to get himself a little more XP. Meanwhile, top lane, Necrophos and Darkseer still playing the chicken game. Darkseer has himself a Soul Ring fully finished up. Necrophos working towards what looks to be some power treads of his own. Magic Wand fully finished up so he can actually get extra regen. Speaking of extra regen, oh man, we got down bottom, we got some damage coming towards Slark. Slark, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Pop himself a healing stuff just to make sure he stays alive. He should be able to make out this one without much damage. Speaking of much damage, Disruptor taking quite a bit of damage. That's Sator. Sator Tormentor doing a little bit too much work. And haste rune for Shadow Fiend. He's going to go ahead and walk himself around the corner. Zeus in a little bit of trouble. Raise 1, Raise 2 coming out here in a second. Raise 2, and Raise number 3 not going to come through instead. Oh no, Raise 3 will come out and does get the kill. Beautiful play coming out from Period. Nice play, just juking left and right. Make sure he keeps Zeus honest. Oracle tries to TP him, but unfortunately can't really do anything but just let Zeus die. So all 3 raises getting used in very fantastic succession. In top lane, Necrophos gonna hang out with the creeps all by his lonesome. Darkseer forced all the way back to base, just trying to heal up, get some more mana. Alright, so moving back onto the mid lane, we got Zeus and crew trying to jump on top of the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend forced it back. A lot of nuke damage going his way. Looks like he has himself a whole entire... Oh, sorry, Oracle's Purifying Flame's gonna heal him up. So thank you, bro. Thank you for that. That's pretty much what you have to say about that. Meanwhile, speaking of saying things, we got Little Springs up top. Might be in a lot of trouble right now. We got auto attacks coming in. It looks like they're not going to be able to get there. A lot of damage coming towards Darkseer. Force the surge out. Vengeful Spirit TP came in. It looks like if Darkseer... Oh, okay, Darkseer. Darkseer playing a little bit with the sun right there. Getting a little bit too close to that gank. If VS was able to get the stun off, they should have had enough right click damage to kill a Darkseer. I think Necrophos might have lost his life in exchange though, and that's not necessarily what you really want for the rotation for the VS. So taking a quick look at the items that we have on the map, a lot of fairy fires every freaking where for both sides. Meanwhile, oh, Chen. Okay, Chen's waiting around the corner. He has himself a few creeps. I don't know if the Radiant don't have any vision in this. This looks like it might be easy kill for these guys. If Zeus decides to go forward, maybe, they're going to go for it. He's going to reveal the fact that he has himself a nice little Dark Troll Summoner. Drops a stun, drops the damage. Shadow Fiend, unfortunately, not close enough to get the raises. And he is going to go ahead and opt to back away, pick himself up a rune. Meanwhile, down bottom, we got Disruptor plus... Disruptor plus the Darkseer, able to get the kill on top of the Necrophos. The glimpse able to help them get the kill. Meanwhile, rotation coming in. Shadow Fiend and crew are going to be able to get the raise. Raise number 1. Auto attack does go down. Disrupt to the last one left, and Shin has not enough mana for anything. Has himself a nice little smoke of the seep. That's really about it. The creeps will be will be scouting him out, and Shin going to be walking around the corner. Disruptor drops himself a nice little magnetic wall. Nobody's going to be walking through that one, and that's pretty much it. So all in all, a Necrophos for a Darkseer. Definitely think is a worthwhile trade. Definitely going to be in favor of Unknown temporarily, mainly because the longer it takes Darkseer to get himself a mechanism, the better it will be for your team overall. Necrophos with the mechanism, and I still think it's super redundant, but I guess it makes sense. Sure, let him have it. Arcane Boost were the first pickup for Little Spring, so Guardian Greaves is going to be one of his ultimate items.
Middle tower is under attack.
Moving back onto this bottom lane, Slark, how you doing with that farm, bro? Alright, Slark is in that whole entire, what was this, 24 last hits versus Gyrocopter's 41 last hits, so definitely dominant performance coming out from Unknown. Actually, Gyrocopter might be in a little bit of trouble. The stun coming out from the stun coming up from the Oracle, and now they find themselves a Gyrocopter. Unfortunately, Slark does miss his pounce, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, no, it does matter. Zeus ulti coming in, helping him get the kill on top of the Gyrocopter, but at what cost is a big question. Now we got Vengeance Spirit, the last one to run away. Oracle has an ability left. Looks like the creeps juke left and juke right, and Meth is forcing himself back. Vengeance Spirit is okay with dying in this specific situation, but they did get a kill on top of Darkseer. They did also get a kill on top of Slark, so overall, really well played coming out from Unknown. Kill happened on top of Darkseer in the top lane. Got a little bit too close to the creeps, and you know Necrophos dropped that ulti. The hammer fell. Hammer fell. So last hits, Shadow Fiend and Gyrocopter and Necrophos sitting on top of those charts, meaning that this laning stage has officially gone towards Unknown. So they're gonna go ahead and bolster their muscles. They're gonna flex a little bit and just use their chin to help them push a few towers. Shadow Fiend, his items are power treads. Don't know if he's going for a Shadow Blade, if he's going for a Blink Dagger this game, but we'll see. We'll see soon. Maybe a Jump for Endurance just give him a little bit more sustainability. And Slark, not having the best of games, not level 6 yet. Gyrocopter actually dropping his ulti. So much damage coming towards Kamikaze, and he actually goes down. Meanwhile, we got Meth around the corner. He gets blasted by the Vengeance Spirit's nuke. That's only 2 points aside of that. And the kill going the way of Unknown once again, putting on once again a more dominant performance. In these specific games, you want your Slark to have the levels, you want your Slark to have the farm, but the aggressive tri-lane coming out from Unknown was more than enough to stop the aggression from Slark ever starting. As he would say, he hasn't even spawned yet, so I don't really know what much he can do. He definitely needs a few kills, and the gold graph definitely in favor of Unknown. They do have one tower going their way, but just a lot of extra farm, just a lot of extra just a lot of extra enemy kills. XP graph showing it's heavily in favor of Unknown once again as well, so better levels, and actually Necrophos has his ulti available, working on what look to be a Rod of Atos. And I think Zeus felt that, Zeus felt that aura, so he did back away. Meanwhile, down bottom, Disruptor trying to give himself what kill he can. Vengeance Spirit doing a nice little bit of damage. It looks like Slark shows up. He wants to kill, not gonna not gonna land the pounce, but does get a lot of damage towards the Vengeance Spirit. Now he's gonna be forced all the way back. He's gonna be dead again, and no, he gets saved by the Oracle just barely. Some beautiful play coming from Meth, but it looks like Gyrocopter still wants to kill. He's trying to get a few more right clicks, but unfortunately he's forced all the way back. Meanwhile, top lane, Darkseer, and we got the Necrophos going toe-to-toe. Necrophos has the ulti available. Darkseer juking himself a nice little right click, and he will be trying to TP out here. Necrophos ulti coming through in a second. Does miss, does not get the cast time off. That cast point, though. Meanwhile, mid lane, Shadow Fiend just forces Zeus back some more. Zeus going to go and TP down bottom. Wants himself a kill on top of this Gyrocopter. Slark finally, still not level 6, just getting hurt so hard. And now Zeus does finally get a kill on top of the mean old Gyrocopter. Makes sure Slark can get what farm he can, and still... We got Kim on this Slark trying to get his level 6. Just desperately trying to get his levels. Basically a support. And I don't think you want to support Slark. I don't think anybody wants to support Slark. That's not a good idea. So moving into the top lane, we got a push coming out from Chen plus Necrophos, who is, like I said, working on what seems to be the Rod of Atos, which I think is going to be a good item for him overall. If you got the Rod of Atos versus someone like Slark, you can just kite him to death. You can use on Zeus to kill him a ton of times, and Oracle will be damned to actually do anything. Anyway, Disruption shows up, drops an ability, gets hit with the slow from Chen, he gets hit with a few other abilities. Ulti coming out from Necrophos. The kill going towards Necrophos. Unfortunately, not the extra death timer, but who really needs it when you're just doing this well? Oracle, the last one to show up, has his ability. Oh, Darkseer, a nice vacuum wall. Does force him back a little bit. Necrophos taking quite a bit of damage. He might be going down. No, Chen drops the ulti. The heal coming through. The heals are massive, and now Darkseer going to be forced all the way back. Not enough damage going his way. Meanwhile, Zeus shows up. He wants to be the man in the fight. Does not get himself the kill on top of the Necrophos. Does get sent back home. Beautiful play coming from Chen, and now Zeus kind of just walks in there. Working towards the 8th lanes. That's really all he can get. Meanwhile, bottom tower, Gyrocopter Vengeance Spirit, just tag teaming that tower. Just having a little bit of fun with that one. And that's Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, Invis rune up on him. He's actually going to get a few right clicks. Zeus is going to be the last one to die. He actually goes down to the Chen. More gold, more money, more items. Unknown are getting whatever kind of game they want. Blink Dagger fully purchased up for the Shadow Fiend. He will be having a fly out to him on the courier. Just a little victory flight. Or, never mind, he'll buy it from the secret or from the side shop. There we go. He wants his item now. Ain't got no time for that UPS 2-day shipping. Take a look at the rest of the items on the map. Darkseer is still working on that mechanism, but he has been hindered tremendously because of all the kills, because of all the deaths that he's been having towards his name, and not a lot of room to farm actually. Mion, Necrophos around the corner. Staff of Wizardry is one of his big items. I think he's getting a Rod of Atos built up, or maybe, nope, just 1 point. Okay, never mind. Just a little confusion. Sorry, freaked out for a little bit. Yeah, he was trying to micro his item so he can get a little bit more mana efficiency. Anyway, Meth hanging out around the corner. Observer coming out from the Radiant. They do see these guys around the corner. Nice build. Oh man, the abilities coming out from Necrophos. He takes so much damage, but it looks like it's not enough nukes. And oh no, Oracle will be able to heal up the Necrophos, and now Necrophos will go down to the neutral creeps. Shadow Fiend immediately on the run. Slark trying to get himself a chase. He will be able to get in here if he really wants to, but I don't know if he really wants to dive that far. He doesn't have a lot of levels. Only level 7 versus a lone Shadow Fiend. Now we got Disruptor. Speaking of being alone, does get himself nice and killed to the Vengeful Spirit. The damage is coming in. And Unknown are trying to keep what aggression they can on the throats of Echo Fox, and Echo Fox don't really have any room to breathe. Like the whole entire jungle, the whole dry jungle is being taken up by Chen and crew. And if you want Slark to hit level 10, I mean, you better bet your bottom dollar he ain't gonna hit level 11 by the time this game's over. At least as things are going right now. If they do get a few kills, like if they get a kill right now on top of Garcop, it's gonna be huge for him. Actually, Slark, he will be able to pick up the kill. So some gold finally going his way. Does get a whole entire level off of that. Level and basically level and a half. So a lot of gold going his way. Does have himself fully built up power treads. Meanwhile, we got ourselves an Oracle and Darkseer getting face to face with the whole entire team on the Dire Squad. The vision is massive, but they're all down here. So bottom tower definitely going to be going down. Chin going to go ahead and send himself a Wild Wing Ripper, because why not? And Wild Wing Ripper going to go ahead and give Slark some farm, because why not? And a mechanism finally finished up for the Darkseer. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend hanging out around the corner. Blink Dagger available, so that Blink ulti going to be a huge deal. He is level 11 as well, or level 12 now, so that means he has level 2 of his ulti. Means a lot more extra damage going to be coming out. Item-wise, or net worth-wise, we see Shadow Fiend's at the top of those charts. Godcopter right behind him, and Zeus, surprisingly, is third. So Zeus getting what little farm he can. And item-wise, we see Shadow Fiend, he does have the Blink Dagger, working towards what looks to be... See, I'm not sure if that's a BKB or a Deso. I like Deso, it's a BKB though, so he does go for the Ogre Club. Just trying to make sure they can keep pressing the advantage, make sure all the managed damage from EFX doesn't become a big deal. Speaking of becoming a big deal, Vengeful Spirit looking for a swap. Not going to be able to find it. Actually, she might be able to find it. If they just walk a little bit too close, looks like they do get the vision. Oh man, the beautiful ulti coming from Darkseer pulls him in. This is the fight that they wanted. Zeus ulti to follow up. So much damage. Every wombo combo has its time, and their time is right now. Shadow Fiend, the last one alive. Darkseer going to go ahead and surge himself forward. Or sorry. Darkseer's going to surge the Slark forward, and Slark's going to continue for the chase. If Slark can get this kills, will be a huge deal. Shadow Fiend has not died this whole entire game. It looks like he does actually stop Shadow Fiend. Oh man, the BM is real. The BM is so real. Shadow Fiend says, you get no last hits, bro. Took every single creep in that camp. Like the amount of disrespect that just happened is pretty impressive. Like well played. Well played, period. Well played. Well played. You deserve that farm. I'll give you that. Anyway, so moving over to everything else. Goldgraph going to take a nice little jump up towards EFX. A lot of gold, a lot of much needed gold going the way of Slark and crew. Like I said, we're just going to see a nice curve going straight up. It didn't change too fast, didn't change too slow. Just going to be going straight up to the 8K mark. But definitely a hell of a game for EFX to fight back into. Considering the fact that Shadow Fiend has a Blink Dagger and very close to a BKB. And actually, speaking of being very close to things, we got Slark very close to dying here. He is going to be able to pounce out of there and get away. More levels is all he really needs. If he can ever hit level 11, it will be a great day for him overall. Drum of Endurance was one of his primary item pickups, so you can make sure he becomes a little bit more tanky, a little bit more annoying, and a little bit more apt to chase. That's the word I'm looking for. Sadly, no Shadowblade shenanigans coming in this game. Speaking of shenanigans, up top, we got somebody getting blasted. That's going to be Vengeful Spirit getting picked off. The pickoffs that they want, EFX are starting to claw their way back into this game. A few more pickoffs like that, and they will be doing pretty darn well for themselves. The gold will be going back towards that 0 mark occasionally, or sorry, casually. But no huge jumps just yet. You need to kill people like Necrophos and Shadow Fiend a few more times just to have that happen. Speaking of getting killed a few more times, Gyrocopter hanging out in the jungle. BKB looks like it's going to be his next big item. He is saving up a little bit of gold. Has a Helmet of Dominator. Does also have that Drum of Endurance. And does Shadow Fiend? Oh no, Sark has a Drum on his side. So both respective sides have their Drum of Endurance. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter shows up top. He might be getting picked off here in a second. TP support can come through. We'll see if the TP support is there. Meanwhile, down bottom, they're searching for something, but they can't really find anything. TP supports, yeah, everybody on the side of Unknown has a TP scroll, so they can TP up here to help out the Gyrocopter, with the exception of Shadow Fiend, but he can buy a TP here in a second. Well, so this is going to be the jump that they want. This is the kill that they want. They're going to initiate with the Oracle initially, and now Gyrocopter drops his ulti, going to start TP now. He gets vacuumed back in, immediately dead. Meanwhile, TP comes in from Necrophos. He actually commits it. He will be losing his life. The ulti comes off for Disruptor, getting committed. Little Springs, he might be very little for life. Zeus drops his ulti as well, just to help out with the kill, and there goes the tower. Top tower going away. Meanwhile, Roshan, they did scout it out, so they know Rosh is getting done. But I think this is the time for you to go ahead and take a tower or two, and then let them get the Aegis, fine, whatever. But just take yourselves a tower or two and just recoup, because that was a fantastic fight for them overall. Definitely getting the pickoffs that they need, definitely getting the fights that they want, and they're definitely starting to get the towers that they want as well. Once again, TP scrolls are pretty much on everybody with the exception of Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend ain't got no room for that. But we'll see if TP's coming in here very soon for Unknown, or they're gonna take the long way. Okay, looks like they're gonna take the long way. Oh, nope, they double back. All right, they're gonna go ahead and double back. And we got Smoke Ink and use Zeus. No Blink Dagger. Has a Veil of Discord though, but he's going to get jumped on immediately. A little bit of damage coming towards Shadow Fiend. Drops a Veil of Discord. Maybe a little bit more damage can come here in a few seconds, but looks like he's not going to get any time for any of that. He does go down. Shadow Fiend getting the kill on top of that one. And we're probably going to see the rotations. No? Okay. Alright, never mind. Radiant going to go ahead and commit. Radiant going to commit for this tier 2 tower. Necrophil's the only one left to defend. And Darkseer TPing down bottom, ready for the inevitable fight. His ulti's back up, so is Disruptor's ulti here in 9 seconds time, so they can get the wombo combo going. If they can get it, if they can hit it again like they did last time, I mean, I think it's definitely going to be their game. We'll see Slarky's getting ready to pounce in, maybe try to bait them in a little bit on a good fight. And Oracle initiating with the ability starting off. Darkseer showing up, and they're backing away. Disruptor's not ready. Oh, Shadow Fiend blinking for it. He wants to be a little bit more cocky about it. Darkseer commits the vacuum. Unfortunate. Now we got Slark. He actually gets zapped out. Sorry, he gets swapped out. Immediately going to be going down. Disruptor committing the ulti. Missing everything with the exception of creeps. That's a lot of creep damage, but the mechanism does come through for Chen. Just trying to keep his allies alive. And it looks like without that Disruptor ulti, this might be a lost fight. We also have Zeus Veil of Discord. It might have been in the last fight, which is why everybody died so fast, but didn't really call that out. You know, Shadow Fiend taking quite a bit of damage, getting glimpsed back there. Will be doing some more damage. Shadow Fiend actually blinking forward, gonna commit to this. So a few right clicks on top of Disruptors, all he really wants, and he's not gonna be able to get it. The false promise coming through, and looks like the Shadow Fiend will be trying to get as much damage as possible. Nice ulti coming out from Necrophos on top of the Zeus, so Zeus does go down for the count. Speaking of going down for the count, Necrophos might be the next one getting caught up. Zeus actually buys back. He comes back into the fight. TP's in the middle of the fight. A lot of damage going his way. His ulti's up here in 77 seconds. Not going to be on time. Meanwhile, Vicious Spirit stuck in the trees. Can swap something out, but can't really find Jack's squad. And the fight's actually going the way of EFX right now. A little bit too cocky of a fight for Unknown. And now just Darkseer, all he needs is a vacuum. One vacuum will do it. The vacuum was already used. Looks like a lot of damage coming through as the guard comes in. The team will be getting the higher ground fight. The advantage going their way. And now Slark's blinking in. He wants to go for it. He's ready to do this. Taking so much damage. Force to pop the ulti. Gyrocopter does go down. Shadow Fiend going to be the next one left. It looks like this, he will be able to get this kill. The first life is popped, but they should have more than enough to actually get the kill on top of Shadow Fiend. I think right now Oracle should have channeled that ability on top of Darkseer, but looks like instead it's going to go and use it on top of Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend going to get chased to all hell and does officially go down, and the damage is there. The damage is there. EFX should be hitting that gold graph back to 0 at this specific point in time, but they definitely got some good fights going their way. Shadowblade fully finished up on Slark, so Shadowblade shenanigans will be a thing. Necrophos fully has the Rod of Atos built up. I don't know how much it'll help out in the last fight, but I mean, these guys are clawing their way back into the game. Like give EFX some credit. I definitely doubt it. The Slark will be able to hit level 11, and already we're here, level 12. Proving CulBlu all kinds of wrong. The Caster's Curse. If I say something negative, then something positive will happen. You know, the Caster's Curse is actually if you say something positive, then something negative happens. So I'm trying to help the team out, guys. You know, I'm trying to bolster the confidence. LOL. Alright, so continuing on with everything else in the game, Slark has himself a Shadow Blade, so it's going to be really nice for him getting pickoffs. We're probably going to see Gank Dota officially come online. The Death Ball coming out from Unknown should be starting to clump up here very soon. Gyrocopter is sitting relatively pretty right now. He has died in the last fight, or two, actually died 5 times, holy crap. But he has died quite a few times, but as of right now, Gyrocopter is just going to try to get as much farm as possible. Should be able to get his BKB off of this. Flat Cannon come up in 4 seconds time. And once Gyrocopter has his BKB, the fight should be going more the way of Unknown. That's at least is expected to. Disruptor not very close to an Aghanim Scepter, so BKB will always be a useful item in the middle of these fights. Speaking of middle of these fights, we got somebody getting caught up. That's going to be a Wilder Darkseer taking so much damage. Actually not dead just yet. He might be able to... Nope. Okay. Almost able to surge out of there, but that Necrophos Heartstop is already doing a little bit too much work to him. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter has his BKB fully finished up, so Jeremy thanking his supports, thanking everybody who helped him in that endeavor to farm with that BKB. Gonna go ahead and have the courier fly that out to him. 22 minute BKB is actually pretty nice. Meanwhile, Chin down bottom, he actually gets blasted. Slark able to get that solo pick off, and he's gonna go ahead and farm himself up some creeps. Gar comes to come around the corner. Double damage rune is up on him right now, and Slark just might be in a little bit of trouble. Does pop himself a dark pack. He doesn't have enough mana to TP away though. That's gonna be a huge deal. Looks like he's just gonna try to run as fast as he possibly can. The missile's gonna hit here in a few seconds. Gar comes on the chase, and looks like the drum of endurance does get popped. Both of them pop their drums. Looks like Gyrocopter will be getting the engagement advantage right now. Slark can't really do anything. Has not enough mana to TP out of. He will be going down. A very unfortunate situation. Dark pack popped a little bit too soon, and that sucks considering that dark pack is only like what, 55 mana, 40 mana. So yeah, even if Slark didn't pop that, I think he still might have died. He had about 12 mana left after he popped his dark pack, and yeah, just mana issues. That's really all I can say about that one. So BKB going to be one of the primary items for Slark coming up here very soon. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of I guess Vengeful Spirit stun's a big deal. Also, Shadow Fiend's damage and his ulti is still magical, isn't it? What? Pierces magic immunity? Are you kidding me? Anyways, magic damage so it gets blocked, but I think the effect pierces magic immunity. I think that's what they're referring to. Moving back onto the lineups, we see ourselves Disruptor. He's working on his Aghanim Scepter. Going to be definitely a much needed item, especially considering the fact that Gyrocopter has a BKB now. We also have Zeus. He has the Aetherland. He did in fact go for the Veil of Discord as opposed to going for the other ability. Oh, sorry, for the other item, which is Octory. And we got Shadow Fiend getting forced back all the way to the base. Forced to walk. He's okay with that though, so he's working on Sanjin Yasha. Meanwhile, Oracle has himself an Aetherland, so some more range on his abilities. Going to be really helpful for his team overall. He can initiate from, or he can start his charge up a little bit further away. And on the other side of the river, we have Dire Unknown hanging out with a few cool items. Rod of Aetos fully finished up on Necrophos. That means that they can actually get the chase, maybe get a kill or two on top of Zeus relatively easy, because Zeus is really slow, and he cannot run away, especially without a Force Staff this game. Meanwhile, we have ourselves a Mechanism fully finished up by Chin, and he's working on the pipe for the team. We got Vengeful Spirit working on Elixir B, maybe a Glimmer Cape for herself and her crew, and BKB galore on the side of Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend. And Shadow Fiend is working on the Sanjin Yasha. So, we'll see him get that up. It's going to be a really useful item for him as far as tanking up, make sure he can survive these fights. A lot of burst damage coming up from the Zeus, a lot of burst damage coming from the Disruptor, a lot of burst damage coming from the Darkseer, so they can pretty much get blasted in a team fight like we saw last time around. The fight that basically helped them get back into the game. But unfortunately, Unknown do still hold the gold graph pretty tight. I mean, 6k gold advantage at 24 minutes in the game. It's nothing to bat an eyebrow at. Not the biggest advantage in the world, but definitely nothing to bat an eyebrow at. Definitely still Unknown's game to lose. Speaking of Unknown's game to lose, Vengeful Spirit actually coming forward. She gets swapped inside Darkseer. Darkseer immediately going to drop himself an ability and then die. So wasn't able to do jack squat. The blink does come away. Oracle. Blink Dagger fully finished up on him, so very nice item. It looks like Vengeful Spirit will be scouting him out. She does have a stun here in a few seconds. Gyrocopter really wants this kill. He's going to go ahead and drop himself a Drum of Endurance. They're going to go for it. I don't know if this is going to be the commit that they want, but it looks like yes, they are forced to back away. And a nice space creation ground for Oracle, basically forcing them to try to kill him as opposed to trying to kill the tower. And tower will be going down here. 47 HP. Nobody's going to deny it. Come on. Oh, so say, oh yeah, Oracle denying that tower. But unfortunately he misses it. You know, Zeus dropping that Veil of Discord. Just got try to kill as many creeps as possible. Mechanism immediately getting used by Chen. And looks like the push will be halted. Zeus's counter push a little bit too strong for them to deal with. Don't really know what you want to do in this specific game. I mean, you need to break the high ground. Aegis is no longer up on anybody. Roshan's going to be back up in probably about another minute or two. Looks like about roughly, was that 30 seconds? 40 seconds? Something like that. Never got used to those timers. You know, Zeus is mid. Oh no, Zeus is going to get swapped out. He's going to be getting killed. No, Force Staff forward. Nice save on himself. I did mention this before. He definitely needs a Force Staff this game, and that's a good item for him to have. Now we got Vengeful Spirit actually caught in a little bit vacuum from Darkseer. They're going to go ahead and wait the 26 seconds for that one. Now Disruptor just glimpsed him back, just being as annoying as possible. So they're probably going to wait for their abilities to come back up, try to go for the Wanabis Conibus, and maybe let Slark go in the back and just kind of stab him in the throat. Stab him in the back, you know, stab him in the chest, stab him in the throat. Just stab him everywhere. Shiv him a little bit. Just shiv a little bit. That's what UNICEF is all about, right? Speaking of shipping though, we got BKBs up on the most important people, which are the Gyrocopter, Shadow Fiend, and the Slark. I think Zeus needs a BKB, but that's a luxury item for him, to be completely honest with you. But in this specific state of the game, I think right now EFX have the proper tools necessary to get the kills, and Unknown don't really want to waste too much of their time. This is their second, probably third attempt to try to break the high ground, and unfortunately they couldn't do it, so it's going to go ahead and TP back in and get some more farm. Make sure they're not losing on the net worth chart. Smoke Gank immediately getting popped out from the Radiant squad, so EFX going to see if they can get themselves a kill. Observer Ward from the Dire scouted out completely, so they saw everything happen. Smoke Gank did get used. Meanwhile, Slark dropping that Shadow Blade, coming forward, see if he can find himself a kill. Doesn't find anything. Gyrocopter TPing from the mid to the tower. Okay, I think he's trying to build up an item. Working on his butterfly, or working on MKB. Oh, nice, nice, nice. So MKB for Gyro, more damage, more fun. Meanwhile, Smoke Gank coming up from the Radiant doing absolutely nothing. Zeus trying to get himself into some room kills or some ward kills. And Disruptor still trying to work on the Aghanim Scepter. I mean, it's hard out here for support. He ain't got jack squat as far as farm goes. All he can really do is just sit there and casually wait until he gets it. Chin gonna be able to scout out the Roche, and this should be an easy, straightforward Roshan for Unknown squad. Speaking of Aghanim Scepters, I don't know if Chin's ever going to go for him, but he does have the Pipe of Insight fully finished up. Courage is going to go fly it out to him. Meanwhile, Zeus ulti is online. He can use the scout out if he needs to. Probably wants to save it for the next team fight. Does have a whole entire 90-second cooldown. But Roshan going to be going down. This will be converted into a tower push. Meanwhile, Slark's hanging out top, doing the very smart thing, trying to push as much as he can, while his team can't really push out alone because they can't really escape alone. Slark, he can definitely push out and just go for escape. Looks like Slark's going to go ahead and bide his time. Has a TP scroll available to help with the defense of the tier 3. And they're actually drawing arrows on the map on Unknown, so they do want this bottom tower, they do want this bottom racks. Maybe they can get into it. Actually, if Disruptor gets picked up, it's going to be a huge deal. He does not have buyback as far as I understand it. So, it will be a huge deal if he died, because they definitely need his ult in this next fight. Invincible going to go ahead and come forward. The swap not going to come through. Swap range almost there. No, swap range just barely out of range. Disruptor able to march away with his little skaga, whatever he calls it. Chen going to go ahead and pull all his creeps to him, and going to send the Wild Ripper, or Wild Wing Ripper. And Slark actually TP's back in. So Sentry Wards, Observer Wards getting killed. And looks like they're both just kind of posturing very heavily. Zeus dropping that Veil of Discord. The damage is about to come through here in a second. Shadow Fiend blinking forward. Wants to get a kill. Disruptor going to be the one to get picked off. A lot of damage going his way, but he does not die. BKB forced out from the Shadow Fiend. Fortify is available for the Radiant, so they're going to go ahead and buy their time. Beautiful play coming from them. They didn't lose anybody at all. Forced one BKB. Now Slark pops his own BKB. They're going to go for it. A lot of damage going towards Gyrocopter. He just got himself his BKB off, but he almost went down. Meanwhile, Disruptor hasn't even dropped his ulti yet, so he can actually drop his ulti to follow up. Looks like his ulti will come through, catching pretty much everybody inside of Unknown. Beautiful play from him. Drops a heal, but it's not going to be enough. 2 people dead so far. Looks like a lot of people down for EFX side. Look like Slark is one among the dead. He does buy back into the fight. Wants to help his team get a few more kills. Shadow Blade coming through, trying to come into the fight. He might be able to pick himself Gyrocopter, but I don't really know. Darkseer blinking in, drops his wall, drops his combination. There you go. There's the damage they wanted. Vengeful Spirit going to be the one to go down here in a few seconds. Slark, I don't really know if it's going to be worth his life. Looks like he doesn't. He actually resists the kill on top of Vengeful Spirit. She gets sent back home by Chen, and Shadow Fiend going to be the one. If they can kill Shadow Fiend, that'll make it worthwhile their whole entire time. And Shadow Fiend does officially go down. Meanwhile, Chin's the last one left alive around the corner. A lot of stuff happening. The stun coming out from Zeus, so this will be a dead Chin. We don't really have to watch his death. But as far as the abilities that got used, as far as the kills that happened, a lot of things happened in the last fight. And all for just one tier 3 tower. Definitely not worth it for Unknown overall. They lost so much as far as being able to actually get the kills. The objectives. Objective gaming is what they call it. Objective gaming, boys. But Disruptor's ulti came at the perfect time. I mean, he didn't use it to initiate. Everybody kind of forgot about it and just started clumping up on Unknown side. And it came through, caught him off guard so hard that the simple fact that they were lost, basically, I think they lost Necrophos and Gyrocopter at that time. I don't recall who died in that one, but I know 2 people were caught in, and both of them died in the relative time period that Disruptor's ulti came through. And then the simple fact that auto attacks on that Darkseer just came in and dropped his vacuum wall anyway. It's like, if they threw it all at the same time, I think so many people would have got blown up. But a really nice adjustment coming from them because all things considered, Unknown were probably playing towards, hey, they're going to drop the combination. Hey, they're going to drop all the spells at the same time. Hey, let's try to not clump up until the abilities were used. So having the BKB get popped by Shadow Fiend very early, that was one misplay. Having the simple fact that Gyrocopter took so much damage before he got his BKB off. Like, he had like an atrocious amount of HP, like maybe 10 HP or something like that. It's something ridiculous. And he wasn't able to get any value out of his BKB. He got Glimmer Cape by the Vengeful Spirit, so he didn't die immediately, but he did eventually go down, and that's kind of what cost him the whole entire fight. I mean, these Raxes are, for all intents and purposes, sitting pretty damn healthy right now. Alright, so taking a look at the rest of the item progression because more things are getting bought up. Slark is working towards what looks to be an AC, so for more armor, some more right click, and he actually might find a Shadow Fiend. Oh man, it's going to be a huge kill. Slark's going to be very happy about this one. He will get himself a right click, and then a jump, and then a nice little Dark Pack. Shadow Fiend going toe-to-toe with the Zeus dropping the ulti just to help out. BKB getting popped by Slark. It looks like Shadow Fiend going to be forced to run away. Now Slark's getting all the damage he needs. One more right click's all he really wants. It looks like he's not going to be able to get it. Chin drops the heal as well, and there's a juke left, juke right. Beautiful play. Vengeful Spirit swaps out with Darkseid, shows up with the vacuum. There's the ability coming out from Oracle. It does miss completely. Shadow Fiend's still alive. Vengeful Spirit going to be the only one to die in this whole entire fight. Or will she? I don't know. Yes, she does finally go down. Oracle ulti forced out. Disruptor ulti forced out. And Gyrocopter the only one down bottom, pushing all by his lonesome. A very scrappy fight. Nice play coming from both sides. Like Shadow Fiend, very nice heads up play, just running on higher ground, running down low ground, blinking back up to higher ground. Vengeful Spirit sacrificing her life just to help out. Like the simple fact that Vengeful Spirit didn't actually have to be there to help out was actually pretty nice. Meanwhile, Slark gets himself a nice little pick on top of Chin. Chin gonna try to TP out. He will not make us on the live. Meanwhile, Slark, he won't be able to make us on the live. Speaking of people making it alive, he goes down for 91 whole entire seconds. Pretty brutal. And now we got Disruptor in a little bit of trouble. Gets forced out forward by his ally Zeus. Jumps off a wall so Gyrocopter can't chase. Gyrocopter popping that BKB, committing. He wants these kills. I don't really know if this is really worth it. GG, well played. Okay. I don't know about that one. Maybe he was saying GG on that wall. Don't really know if they're tapping out, but that was a little awkward. Aghanim Scepter fully finished up for Necrophos. I did not call that one out. He did just get it, so I guess I shouldn't have called it out. But Scotty was fully finished up on top of Gyrocopter. So Scotty fully finished up for Gyrocopter. More stats going his way, more HP overall. We have his MKB still not finished. I don't know if it's going to be Rapier or MKB. Okay, Chin, we get it. You're a miracle. Jeez. Anyway, team fights happen around the corner. What am I doing? We got stuff happening. We got Shadow Fiend taking quite a bit of damage. Slark is the only one to be dead so far. Vengeful Spirit swap comes through. And the ulti from Gyrocopter is going to be able to catch out these few people. Zeus has himself a 4-staff in 9 seconds time. Meanwhile, Disruptor trying to run away as fast as possible can. They do glimpse back the Gyrocopter. No more chase for you. But looks like the bottom Raxes will begin focused down. Shadow Fiend and crew going to be able to get the right clicks on it. They're going to go for the range Rax first and then the melee Rax next. Oracle has his abilities available. Disruptor doesn't have his ulti online for another 55 seconds. So this means it's going to be a free set of Raxes for this team. Not really much of a response for EFX. Now Vengeful Spirit going to go ahead and run herself away. Disruptor gets a glimpse on top of the Necrophos. Necrophos going to be the only pickup. Vengeful Spirit has a swap available in 10 seconds time though. They're going to go ahead and commit a few abilities, get the kill on top of Necrophos is what they want. Necrophos actually drops his ulti. Doesn't get the kill on top of the Darkseer though, and looks like they will lose 2. They will lose 2 unfortunately for that one. They did get themselves a set of Raxes though, so it's a lot better of a fight than last time around. Like last time around they didn't get anything. But the simple fact that all they got was 1 set of Rax and they lost their Necrophos plus their Vengeful Spirit kind of sucks. At least Necrophos is very close to buyback, so he's not that big of a deal. And Vengeful Spirit, I don't know what to say about that. But overall, the key players right now are, of course, the Shadow Fiend and the Gyrocopter. If they can stay alive and continue to farm, then Unknown will still have the potential to still steamroll AFX once those final fights come in. Aghanim Scepter fully finished up for Disruptor though, so that's going to change a few fights here. That means no BKBs shall be popped while he's dropping his ulti, because that's rude, by the way, rude. But Darkseer has himself a Blink Dagger plus a Pipe of Insight and also a Mechanism, so he's fully fledged, fully readied up. Doesn't have his Guardian Greaves just yet. I think he's saving for buyback. Trying to wait till his extra gold, is ready for that. Unfortunately, his body is not necessarily ready for all that. Meanwhile, we got an Observer Ward scouting out for the Radiant Squad. The fact that Shadow Fiend and Gyrocopter were running around the corner. Or not. Never mind. Zeus drops his ulti. They see themselves a Chin all by himself. Slark doesn't really have a Basher. Needs a Basher. Yeah, this is the point in the game where you get a Basher. And now Slark not going to be able to get a single creep. Not a single creep was claimed that day. Now Slark was getting drawn on the other side. And a lot of damage from Oracle. Holy crap. It's just was he hit with a veil or something? Jesus. Yeah, a lot of damage coming towards Shadow Fiend. Just a few nukes coming from Zeus and Oracle. Of course, 8th lane's Octarine core fully finished up for Zeus, so he's ready to just do as much damage as possible. Oracle, I do not know if he's going to eventually build towards a Octarine core. It will be nice to see, but that's definitely a luxury item. Instead, going to invest in the wards. Smoke ain't getting used. I don't know if they saw this. They didn't scout this one out. Shadow Fiend and crew will be able to march themselves right on towards that middle set of Raxus. We'll see if the response from Radiant will be on point. They're actually caught out. If they get caught out right now, it would be horrible. But the Observer will come out from the diary. It should be able to scout the fact that Oracle's up top. And Shadow Fiend's getting pinged. Yeah, both sides are pinging. They're pinging everywhere. No smoke revealed just yet, but they'll know in a second. Oh man, and when they know, they'll know. Meanwhile, we got Disruptor getting scouted out. He scouts out the Necrophos. Necrophos, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Darkseid and crew, they're going to drop the ulti. The smoke is officially revealed, and everybody's going to be backing up. Zeus ulti going to be on cooldown for a whole entire, was it 60 seconds now? With the Octarine core. And TP's coming in. The defense is officially ready. Defense of your ancient, bro. Let's do this. EFX, fully in position, fully fledged. Unknown. What you got? What you got, bro? If they can get a swap on top of Zeus and kill him before he gets his spells out, that would be perfect. I really don't think their top priority should be killing the Slark right now. Slark is a huge deal, sure, don't get me wrong. Like, you need to control the Slark, sure. But if they can just flat out kill the Zeus before Zeus gets his abilities off, then I think overall, Unknown will have a great time as far as getting this team fight going their way. You know, Roshan not up just yet. Gonna be coming up here very soon. Both sides just kind of waiting. And VS doing a nice little dance for us. Look at it dance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just like Beyonce, always on point. Heck yeah. Oh, never mind. Okay, she gave up. Doesn't want to be a dancer anymore. Meanwhile, we got Slark coming in. Here comes the Shadow Blade. He's going to go straight on top of Vince with TPing out. Oh no, it's going to be a waste of a BKB, unfortunately. Looks like they're not going to do anything, but Shadow Fiend and crew are going to come in. Shadow Fiend dropping abilities on top of the Oracle. He goes down immediately. Disruptor drops his own ulti, and looks like it doesn't really catch anybody. Was that the ulti? Yeah, it was the ulti. And now we got the BKB getting popped up by Gyrocopter. Damage coming on top of Zeus. Zeus going to be going down here in a few seconds. A very, very, very unfortunate fight. Looks like they will be getting absolutely nothing for it in return for EFX side. Nice response, but unfortunately, very, very, very bad timing. Now Slark sees the Roshan's fully available. Slark going to go ahead and walk out while he can. And we got Disruptor going toe-to-toe with going toe-to-toe with the Gyrocopter. Slark is the last person left alive. Roshan is up. Nobody really wants to walk into the pit. Darkseid just dropping a nice obnoxious wall. So they'll have to take a long way. But yeah, once that wall is down, they can go straight in for the Roche pit. And Roshan shall be had! Roshan shall be had. And what started off as a really good idea as far as a team fight just didn't work out. The fact that VS was able to TP out because Slark has no bash or no stun at all kind of sucks. And also the fact that the rest of Unknown were just kind of really still waiting for Roche, like he hadn't showed up. Just kind of made it suck overall for him. You know, buyback getting used by Zeus, middle tower getting threatened by the Vengeance Spirit plus the Gyrocopter. Oracle gonna be the one on point. Has that Blink Dagger available. And speaking of Blink Daggers, I heard Darkseid, he has a Blink Dagger. Zeus, no Blink Dagger, only a 4-staff. And now we got a Slark going toe-to-toe with everybody. He's taking so much damage, he might be going down. He pops his ulti. The damage coming through. He gets himself a kill on top of Necrophos before it all happens. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter going toe-to-toe with the Slark. Slark getting the false promise. Going to be able to TP out of here. I don't know if he's going to make it out. Yes, he does make it out. The heal a little bit too strong for him. And now the buyback immediately coming from Oracle. A very, very, very hellish defense, but EFX are still doing it. They're still managing to do this. Unknown have yet to be able to break the base safely. It's a really, really scrappy fight coming from EFX, and now Unknown going to back away, try to claim Roche. And I think this time around, if they can get a good Roche fight on the side of EFX, they'll definitely be able to at least claim some more objectives. They're going to go ahead and start running towards that Roche pit. We got Slark, he's on point right now. Oracle just trying to clear the creep wave, push it back a little bit. Slark going to be the first one in there. He is invis. The Shadow Blade's available, but the Geometry Sight's available on the other side. And they do see him. The Troll's going to go and drop a net, but actually misses the net completely. And now we got Darkseid blinking, and he goes for the abilities. He's going to commit. Oh man, unfortunately, disrupts a little bit late on that, but he does force it right back. Shadow Fiend has himself a BKB pop before it did get off, so it looks like the ulti from Disruptor not going to be as useful as he wanted to be. Meanwhile, we got Disruptor just running around circles, just going down. 2 people dead on side of Unknown. They will be coming back up here in a few seconds. Meanwhile, double kill going for Gyrocopter. Zeus is down. Darkseid is down. Very, very, very horrible situation. Now Oracle, he might be the next one. Shadow Fiend looking for the kill. He did drop his flutter, and Oracle going to be able to blink away. Meanwhile, disrupt Darkseid going to be able to TP out of there. Top tower getting challenged. They will be TPing in the Slark to go ahead and try to go for that farm. And yet again, another fight not going the way they want. I mean, all things considered, Darkseid had a really good initiation, but Disruptor was nowhere near where he should have been to actually drop his ulti to follow up. Like, if he had a vacuum wall immediately followed up by Disruptor ult, like hell, just straight up vacuum, drop Disruptor ult, then wall, then drop yourself your shield coming out from Disruptor. then they might have been able to win that fight, but the BKB got popped off by the Shadow Fiend. They didn't catch enough people inside the ulti, and it just went not in favor of EFX. The execution wasn't there, basically. And now we got the kill happen on top of Disruptor. He cannot buy back. He's dead for a while. BKB getting popped by Slark. He's going to go try to go toe-to-toe with these guys. GG well played coming out. They're going to go and tap out of the game. That's going to be it. So all things considered, if EFX would have had a better early game, I think this would have been a much different tale. Like, the fact that Slark has such a hard time trying to get in there, trying to get his farm, trying to get his impact felt, just kind of made it suck. And the fact that Zeus couldn't really do anything versus Shadow Fiend, surprisingly. I was assuming that Zeus would be able to blow up Shadow Fiend a few times, but it turned out to be the other way around. Shadow Fiend's right clicks were a little bit too much for him. Anywho, that's going to be it for this game, guys. We're going to be jumping into the second game here very soon, so thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and stay tuned for the next game. And if you guys want to check out more of my stuff, check me out on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBluDota. I do post all my VODs there. You can also check me out on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. I live stream there. Don't know what to say outside of that. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you guys whenever.